a comfortable seat. Let your eyes fall shut. Sit tall in the light of yourself. And feel your sits bones rooting down into this earth. Let your belly become soft. Slow, soft inhalation. Slow, soft exhalation. Let the tip of your tongue touch up just behind the teeth. Come back to your own abode, the abode of the self. One gentle breath at a time. Hatha yoga. Now we practice yoga. Not tomorrow and not yesterday. Not with thoughts of future, not with thoughts of past, but right here and right now. We are called to be present. Present with what is. And place your hands at your heart center in Anjali Mudra. Let's chant Om together, knowing the sound moves all the way to the edges of the universe collectively. Can chant silently or out loud. Can chat at your cat or your dog. But this sound of Om, that is the heart sound of every sentient being. The ants, the slugs, the snails, the lions and tigers, from every being, every being's heart sound is the sound of Om. And so we bring this sound together in union, in Sangha. Exhale out completely. Inhale deeply to begin. Then I've been giving the green Tara mantra. I'll continue to give this mantra that guides us safely through the darkness. Om Tare Ture Svaha, the Buddhist goddess of great compassion. She's also a Hindu Mahavidya, or one of the 10 great wisdoms, and she's the patroness goddess of our studio, so she's here. Om Tare Ture Svaha. Om Tare Ture Svaha. Om Tare Ture Svaha. Om Tare Ture Svaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Re Swaha. 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 So welcome to your practice. As I said before, an all levels practice. So increase the heat, increase movement if you want more intensity, decrease things if you want less intensity. Let's begin with some pranayama. Take your left fist, place it underneath your right armpit and draw the right elbow down, index finger up, close off, opposite nostril. Inhale through your right nostril. Switch the finger over, exhale out through left. Inhale in left. Switch, exhale out right. And this fist underneath your armpit is opening the heart and lung meridians, which we need right now. Inhaling in through right. Bringing prana to the lungs, exhaling out through the left. And continue. Switching the finger when the lungs are full. Release the hands, rotate your palms up. Other side, make a fist, the right hand, place it underneath your left armpit, left index finger up, bring it across to your right nostril. Slowly inhale through left side. Switch the finger, exhale out. Inhaling in. Switching, exhaling out. And continue inhaling one side. Switch when the lungs are full, exhale out the other side. Release the hands, palm up onto the knees. We'll take Bhastrika Pranayama. This is a bellows breath. Inhaling in forcefully, exhaling out forcefully, all in and out through the nose. This is going to open up the lungs again. Hands together, index fingers together, Kali Mudra. 1, 2, 1, 2. Pumping the belly in and out. Inhale. Gently retain your breath. Feel the energy move up into the skull. Exhale out, release the palms up onto the knees. Another set, one more set of Bhastrika Pranayama. Index fingers together, above the crown of the head, pumping the navel in and out. All the breath forcefully in and out of the nose, like you're pumping a bellows in and out. Inhale. Retain the breath gently. Exhale out. Feel the warmth travel from crown of the head down the shoulders to the palms. Feel how the lungs may have expanded. Feel into your body now. More grounded, more alive, more out of the dullness of the repetition of what you might be doing. Some charnam or movement exercises to open up the fascia. Begin with the head and neck. We're really doing these every day. Circling crown of head with the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Just check the chat. Yep, looks like everything is going good. If something goes wonky, please someone chat me. I'm flying blind by myself here. I have been streaming by myself, so the tech is a good deal to set up, and I don't have anyone telling me if something goes wrong. And for those of you who might be wondering, I can make it to the studio without seeing or interacting with anyone, and I'll stream from the studio, head straight up on the spine as long as that's possible, especially because it's right next to grocery store, physical therapy, which is still open, I believe, and laundromat. I'll stream from the studio. If I can't stream from the studio, I will attempt to set up at home to stream. I don't have a perfect place to do it, but I am working on that. But for right now, I'm here, especially because all of the video equipment is here. But please know that I am interacting with and seeing no one as I come and leave here. Hands onto the knees. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, down the back. So we're trying to release the fascia, getting it to slide and glide across the muscles, because when we have stress, when we start to get constricted, the fascia constricts, and that constricts the immune system and the flow of the lymph. And switch directions. Inhale up. Exhale down. Hands together, wrists together. Begin to circle through the wrists. Really feel, generate some heat. And also let me know, friends, at the end of practice, not now. I rearranged the studio, so I face a different direction because I think there's better light and perhaps less interference from the windows. Let me know. And switching directions with the hands. We begin to lift the two sides of the mouth and smile at the base of the skull. Hands onto the knees, circle through the torso. Inhale forward, exhale around to the back. And switching directions. Inhale forward, exhaling back. Releasing embodied stress and strain, embodied fear. And come back to seated. Simply inhale your arms up. Exhale your arms down. Coordinate the breath. When we get stressed out, we chest breathe and our breath doesn't coordinate with the motion of the ribs and the belly. This simple motion re-coordinates breath with the belly, with the musculature of the belly, the musculature of the rib cage, hands out in front. Inhale, open, exhale back. Now fingertips together, like you're giving someone a hug. Draw the belly back. Bring the fingertips up above the crown of the head. Haikini Mudra, the Daikini, embodied wisdom of the third eye. Exhale, fingertips down to the mat. Feel fingertips into earth. Get grounded. Earth to heavens. Heavens to earth. Come on to your hands and knees. Hands underneath your shoulders. Let the chat, knees underneath your hips. Begin to take your cat. Ooh, I'll get so far. Thank you. Cat and cow. Inhaling, crown of head and tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale, rolling under. Inhale, lift up, crown of head. Exhale, draw under. Continue, cat and cow, same thing here. Loosening the fascia. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Then begin to draw circles forward over the wrists and back over the hips. These spiraling patterns really release embodied stress and strain in the fascia. And presumably you are at home either by yourself or just with family members, so you can really move in a way that feels really good to your body. Always do that anyhow, but you might be more inclined on your own. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, circle through crown of head and tailbone. As you do so, loosen your jaw. Breathe out of the mouth to release stress and tension. Child's pose. So we're going to take a very grounded practice, grounding into the energy of the Muladhara, the first chakra. So take a moment just to be in child's pose, Balasana. Forehead on the mat, breath to the base of the skull and those gallbladder meridians that begin to accumulate fiery stress and strain. Inhale from here, exhale, come onto the hands and knees, walk your hands out in front of your shoulders, tuck your toes. With your knees bent, begin to lift your tailbone up high, then inhale. And as you exhale, press your thigh bones up and back towards the sky. Lift your tailbone, take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, melt your heart center down to the earth. Squeeze your hands towards each other. Hands and feet rooted onto the earth. Breath long and deep. Ground into your left heel. Inhale your right leg up towards the sky. Spiral your right inner thigh in and up. Take a deep exhalation, drawing your right knee to your nose. Keep exhaling, draw your right foot through, turn out through your back, left toes, hands onto the mat, or if you have blocks or books, onto the blocks and books, begin to straighten through your right knee, press through the ball of your right foot, and take the head of your right femur. You can even draw your thumb to the head of the right femur, pull it back, press into your back left heel, get grounded, lengthen through the sides of the waist. Inhale, exhale, down and over the right leg. Parshavottanasana. Bend into your right knee. Those of you who want heat, hands down onto the mat, right foot meeting the left. Chaturanga. Inhale, expand up, inner thighs in, heart center lifted. Exhale, downward facing dog. Those who are wanting less heat, just take knees down onto the mat, chest down onto the thighs into child's pose. Or back to downward facing dog. Breathe into your hands, into the feet. Inhale, draw your left leg up towards the sky. Draw this left inner thigh in and up, then press through the heel. Squeeze the hands towards each other, get rooted. Exhale, left knee to nose. Keep exhaling. Draw your left foot through, turn out through back right heel. Press into pinky toe edge of back right foot. Come up onto the fingertips. Draw the head of your left femur back and in. Lengthen through the sides of your waist. Then inhale. As you exhale, draw down and over this left leg. Bend into your left knee. Those of you who would like more heat, Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Those of you who want less, back to downward facing dog or child's pose. Throughout our practice, staying grounded through the hands, through the feet. Inhale, draw right leg up towards the sky. Roll your right inner thigh in and up. Press through your heel. Deep exhalation, the Aphanik downward moving flow of exhalation. Draw the right foot through, left knee down onto the mat. Tuck the left toes, left hand down, draw the right arm up. Find a nice side waist twist. Engage through your back left buttock. Draw the lower belly up and expand through the heart. Hands to the mat. Again, for those friends who want more heat, Chaturanga up, dog down dog, or downward facing dog, or a child's pose. Take care of yourself. Inhale, draw your left leg up towards the sky. Spiral your left inner thigh in and up. Press through your right heel. Deep exhalation. Left knee to nose. Keep exhaling. Left foot through. Right knee down onto the mat. Right hand out. Draw the lower belly up and in. Gauge through your back right buttock. Draw the left arm up. So you feel the rib cage rotate. Hands down to the mat, again optionally through your vinyasa or back to downward facing dog or child's pose. Draw your feet up underneath your hips, take them hip distance apart. Draw the chest way down over the thighs, Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Bow forward. Sorry friends, little microphone interference. Hands around the calves or behind them. Fold forward. Bow forward. Ground down through your tailbone, through your feet. Roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Come to standing in Tadasana. First, bend the knees over the midline of the feet. Lift all your toes up off the mat. Press your shin bones back in space as you send your tailbone downward. Then press all the toes out onto the earth like big paws. Roll your inner thighs in. Inhale. Draw your arms up, fingertips together. Haikini mudra. Crown of head lifting, feet rooted downward. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees, feet still hip distance apart, over the midline of the feet. Draw the chest down and forward, very low, Uttanasana. Forearms together, wrap the hands, place the base of the thumbs to the third eye. Gajrasana, elephant pose. The animal vehicle of the root chakra is a 7-trunked elephant, Gajrasana. Inhale from here. Exhale, draw the chest down over the legs. Hands down to the mat. For those friends who want heat, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. For those friends who don't, child's pose or downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up towards the sky. Spiral left inner thigh in and up. Deep exhalation, left knee to nose. Keep exhaling, draw your left foot through. Turn out through the back right heel. You can also take this from standing, that's fine. We're moving into warrior 1. I'm sorry, warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. So any way that you like, coming into your warrior pose. Bend your left knee over the midline of the left foot. The invitation is thigh parallel to earth. So you really feel the pathway of the legs, the strength of the legs. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, gaze over left fingertips. Draw the lower belly back. Relax the shoulders down. Now friends tend to tilt this way or this way. Bring the gateways of the shoulders over the hips. This is also the energy of Muladhara Chakra. The square, the yellow square that resides in the iconography, the symbolism of the root chakra. Everyone, left forearm to thigh, right hand to hip, draw the lower belly up and in, pull the head of the left shoulder back. Inhale, draw the right arm all the way by the ear. Extended side angle. Preparation, Parshva Konasana. Exhale, fingertips to the mat. Optionally, chaturanga, up dog, down dog, or back to downward facing dog. I'm going to rotate on my mat so I still face forward. You won't need to. Inhale, right leg up towards the sky. Spiral your right inner thigh in and up. Deep exhalation, right knee to nose. Right foot comes through, left toes turn out. Now you could approach this posture from standing and draw your left foot back out behind, bend into your right knee. Think all of our friends probably know the pathway of warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Firm the lower belly, inhale, exhale. Gaze off over right fingertips. Bend into your right knee. Pull or tone the lower belly up. Align the gateways, the shoulders over the gateway of the hips. Feel rooted down through the feet. That strong aponic downward moving flow of our energy. Right forearm to thigh. Draw the right rib cage under. Root the head of the right shoulder back. Draw the left arm by the ear. Rotate through the heart. Ground through the feet. hands to the mat, optional vinyasa, or back to downward facing dog. I'll just rotate again. Draw your feet up underneath your hips. Feet hip distance apart. Lengthen through your heart center. Exhale, bow down and forward again. Sink down and in. Bend your knees right over the midline of the feet. Get grounded. Draw the lower belly up. Palms together, forearms together, hands intertwined, thumbs to the third eye. Inhale, stand up straight. Exhale, hands down by the sides. So for those of you who want more heat, make your way back to downward facing dog and then come into warrior one. I'll demonstrate that. If less heat, draw right foot out behind, right toes turn out, left knee bent. So we're going to come here. For those of you who want more heat, turn out through right toes, deep exhalation, left foot comes through, inhale, up, warrior one. Press into the back right heel, right rib cage draws forward. Now, stay right here, or open the arms wide, lift through the back right heel, spiral the right inner thigh in, bring the fingertips together in front of the heart center, bend into the front knee, inhale, draw the arms up. Friends, you could have the back knee down onto the mat if the high lunge feels too much for you. Rooted, grounded, stable. Fingertips to the mat, downward facing dog, or walk forward and we'll come to your warrior one on the other side. From downward facing dog, inhale your right leg up, exhale right foot comes through, turn out through your back left heel. Bend into your front right knee, inhale, lift up, Vira, Bhadrasana, warrior one. Now, open the arms out wide, heart space opening, compassion in action. Lift through your back left heel, spiral left inner thigh in. So now we're in a high lunge, fingertips together. You're giving someone a virtual hug. Heartstrings connecting. Inhale, fingertips together above the crown of the head. Fingertips down to the mat, downward facing dog. Take your knees down to the mat. Stack your hips on top of your knees. Walk your arms out long in front. Lift up onto your fingertips. Then draw your heart center, forehead or chin down to the mat. Anahatasana. Let your heart melt. Hands onto the mat. Inhale from here. Exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, walk your feet up underneath your hips. Again, feet hip distance apart. Knees bend over the midline of the feet. Get soft. Hang down. Hands can go behind your calves. Knees can begin to straighten if that feels good to you. Standing forward bends are very, very soothing to the nervous system. Let your hands slip and slide down to the mat. Roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Tadasana, standing in mountain pose. Fingertips together above the crown of the head. Take your feet wide as the mat. About as wide as the mat. Hinge the knees. Draw the sits bones back. Walk the arms way out in front. So this is Ardha Prasarita Padottanasana. Begin to straighten through the knees. You hinge the hips backwards. You can even lift onto the heels if you'd like to. Place the toes back down onto the mat. Place the hands down, walk the legs back behind. Inhale your left leg up towards the sky. Exhale. Left foot comes through, turn out through the back right heel. Now some friends can go to the wall. Let's see if I can demonstrate. To take this. We're coming into Ardha Chandrasana. Left hand down. Right leg extends. Right arm up towards the wall and leaning back on the wall. I'll also give another variation if that's too much. Or here, press into the ball of the left foot. Roll the right inner thigh. The tendency is to lift the right toes up towards the sky. Instead, draw down and in, and then press through the heel. Hands down to the mat. Draw right foot alongside the left. Bow forward. If that's too much for you, stay here. Parshva Konasana, or even both hands onto the mat. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, make your way to your downward facing dog. This time our right foot comes forward, left toes turn out. So again, if you want to, come to the wall. You'll be here, right hand down, left leg up. Left inner thigh in, drawing the back of the body back and left arm up. I'll let you stay there. Or away from the wall. Half moon. Finding our root. Left foot comes down alongside the right, standing forward bend. Roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Take the legs out wide. Feet underneath the hands. Prasarita stance. Inhale from here. Exhale. Down and forward. Press into your heels. Don't lock your knees. I have a tendency to hyperextend my knees. Keep them slightly bent if you need to. Peace sign fingers around the big toes. If that works, or hands onto the mat or onto a block. If you have one, or a large book works. Tips of the scapula down. Elbows lifted. Crown of the head lengthening. Walk your hands now over to your right leg. I need someone, please, maybe Allie would be a good person to tell me. I don't know right and left on video. I can Google search it. This is actually my left leg, but I'm telling you right leg. I don't know if that's the same on video if I'm facing you. We're going to do both sides, so just make sure you do both sides. Pulling the head of the right femur back into place. See, the pelvis can twist here. We can pull the head of the femur back, and then draw the heart center down and over. Walk the hands back around over to the left foot or left ankle. Inhale, exhale. With your breath, draw down and forward. Draw the hands back around to the center. Lengthen through the sides of the waist. Draw the tips of the scapula down. Inhale from here. Exhale forward. Those of you who have a practice of Shirshasana, crown of the head down, toes up. Inhale, exhale. Those of you who do not, stay right where you are, please. If you don't know if you are that person, please don't attempt and fall down. With thumbs to the front of the waist, the fingers behind. Inhale, slowly, slowly up to standing. Hands to the side of the waist, draw heels in. Draw the toes in. This is really good for the hips. Draw heels in. Draw toes in. Please stand forward at the front of your mat. Inhale, draw your arms up. Exhale, down and forward. I have a chat. Mirror is working the same in class, so I'm right. Thank you, Teresa. I really appreciate that. I have been wondering. Feet out behind, knees down onto the mat, chest down onto the thighs. Come back to your balasana, your child's pose. Breathe down into the earth. Get rooted. Get grounded. Roll up through the spine. The next posture is Malasana, a squatting pose. If you have a blanket, you might like it for the heels. Arches lifted, or you could sit your tailbone on a block or on a book if this is too much. Hands to the inside of the knees. Press knees to hands. Now, toes not all the way out, not all the way forward. Heels rooted onto the mat or onto a blanket. Inner arches lifted. So lift up through the inner arches. Now, same thing that we began with. Tailbone rooting down. Tip of the tongue lifting to the roof of the mouth. Crown of the head lifting. We'll move to Bakasana, crow pose. For some friends, it's going to be here. On the toes, hands down. For other friends, knees squeezing elbows, beginning to lift one heel up and placing the toe down. Rounding through the lower back, hollowing through the belly, and beginning to find your balance. Claw with the fingers, spread your scapula wide. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a seat onto your knees. If you can't sit on your knees, you can sit cross-legged. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to take my fists and I'm going to begin to massage down the back of the feet, the fascia at the back of the feet. So just taking my fists and I'm kneading, rocking side to side, and opening the soles of the feet to ground the nervous system. Ayurvedically, nasya oil, or the nasal application, just a little bit of sesame oil, or it could even be sunflower oil, is really indicated at this time. Let me know if you have questions about Nasya oil. Also just sipping on hot tea and hot water throughout the day. Keep massaging the fascia of the feet. Then release on the knees. Squeeze the inner thighs. Take the arms out wide. Inhale. Exhale. Fingertips together. Base of spine to crown of head. Inhale. Fingertips up. Hakini Mudra. Exhale. Fingertips to earth. Earth to heavens. Ustrasana. Camel pose. Variations. Come up onto the toes. Come up onto the knees. Tuck your toes. Squeeze your inner thighs in. Hands to the lower back. We'll start here. Those of you who like to reach the hands down to the heels do, but first, hollow the lower belly in. We're actually going to take the arms out wide. Fingertips together. Same thing that we've been doing, this hug. Then pubic bone lifts. Fingertips together through the crown of the head. Squeeze the inner thighs in towards the midline. Hands to the lower back. Loop the shoulders down the back. And then lift through the heart. If the hands want to reach down, one heel then the other. Lift through the heart. Expand through the lungs. Inhale, exhale. Release. Knees down onto the mat. Chest down onto the thighs. Balasana. Roll up through the spine. Bring your legs around to the front to come to seated. Left leg out to the side, right heel in towards the groin. Flex your left foot actively. Lift up out of the side of the waist. Draw left hand down to left ankle. Roll the left rib cage under. Inhale, draw the right arm up. Draw the right elbow back and open through side of the waist. And then feel sits bones grounding down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Other side. Right hand down to right ankle. Flex the right foot. Don't draw forward. Ground through the sits bones. Roll through the chest. Open the heart. Draw the left arm out. Draw the left elbow up. Expand through the side of the waist. Inhale, lift up. Parvatanasana, my apologies, pardon my Sanskrit. Parvatanasana with bellows breath. Hands down onto the mat, feet down, lift your pubic bone up, then the same bellows breath that we started with. Inhaling and exhaling actively. Head can drop down or chin to chest. So, sits bones down onto the mat. Take the legs out long. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down and forward. This opens the lungs and the heart and brings a lot of prana to the brain so that we can think more clearly, make more clear decisions. Same thing, feet down, hips up, or more extended, Uttita version, legs extended out long, tips of the scapula down, lift the pubic bone up, same thing, Bhastrika. Sits bones down to the mat, extend through the legs, inhale, arms up, Exhale, bow forward. Paschimottanasana. Stay here for a couple of breaths. I have to check a communication. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, we're all good. Roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Take legs out wide. Upavista Konasana. Press through your heels. Draw your pubic bone forward. Inhale. Exhale, fingertips together. Hollow the belly. Send tailbone down. Crown of the head up. Haikini Mudra. Earth to heavens. Inhale. Press through the heels. Exhale. Fingertips together. Lengthen forward. If this is too much, hands behind you, sitting up, keeping the heart center gloriously open. Hands down onto the mat, roll up through the spine, slowly bring your legs together, roll down onto your back. Knees into your chest, Apana Asana. Hug your knees in towards your chest. If you have a kid with you, get them to lie on your shins or press onto your thighs. I promise it will feel really good. Or another adult from whom you are not social distancing. Simply right leg out long, left knee in towards the chest, hug in. Get grounded, earth to heavens, heavens to earth. And take your right hand across your left knee. Inhale. As you exhale, rotate into a twist. Jatara Parivartana Asana. Exhale, release. Right knee in towards the chest, left leg out long. Bring your left hand across to the right knee. Inhale from here. Exhale, rotate. Right arm out from your shoulder. Exhale, release. Feet down onto the mat, hands alongside of the hips. Draw your scapula in. Inhale. As you exhale, lift pelvis up towards the sky. Rotate your palms up if it works for you. Index fingers inside of the heels to self-adjust scapula in. Press into the feet. Draw your inner thighs in. Root down through the balls of the feet. Ground to earth. Roll down through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Knees into your chest again, Apana Asana. Take your legs up towards the sky, rotate them out from the hips, hands to the inner arches of your feet, or your ankles, happy baby pose. Release, take both legs out long, flex and point your feet. Circle through your ankles. take your hands behind the base of the skull, thumbs to the base of the skull, and massage here. And this is really important. Let the jaw release. Adjust the cervical spine a bit, side to side. For those friends who want to take inversions, we'll take halasana, cloud pose, sarvangasana, shoulder stand. For those friends who don't, take a blanket, place it underneath your sacrum. Take your legs up towards the sky, or even, no blanket, if you don't have a blanket, just legs up towards the sky so you get an inversion. Don't turn your head left or right while we take the cloud pose. So just stay with the sound of my voice. Hands down, knees into nose, tailbone up, hands to lower back, ground into the shoulders. Squeeze the inner thighs, inhale, exhaling, toes behind. Clasp your hands or place your hands down onto the mat. Activate your inner thighs, lift your tailbone up. Feel the fire through the spine. Hands to your lower back. Inhale, draw your right leg up towards the sky. Draw left leg up towards the sky. Move your pubic bone forward. Move your toes up. Press actively into elbows and shoulders. So you're levitating upward. Earth to heavens. Heavens to earth. Knees into your nose, slowly roll down through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Knees into your chest, rock side to side. Place the soles of the feet together and the knees apart, palms together. Bring together right side, left side. You can rest the hands at your forehead or at your heart. Hatha Yoga. Now we practice. As you're ready, you'll make your way into your Savasana. Your long, deep relaxation. Please, please, friends, I know it might be tempting to get up and do other things. Please take this time to ground your nervous system. Come to lying down on your back. Take a moment to wiggle and move, to change positions, to let the eyes close and the eyeballs sink back into the sockets. Squeeze your toes and then relax your toes. Squeeze your toes very tight and then relax your toes and let the warmth travel up through your feet, through your ankles and calves, to your knees and your thighs. Warmth traveling up to your belly, to your chest, your shoulders and upper arms, elbows, lower arms, hands, tip of the tongue lightly floating up to the roof of the mouth, jaw soft, base of the skull soft, whole body soft. Draw in a deeper breath. And begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, and then rotate your wrists and ankles. Begin to stretch your body in all directions. Rub the palms of the hands together and the soles of the feet together. Generate some friction. If you do this, massage your face and the scalp. Then roll over onto your right side. And make your way up to seated. Again, feel the sits bones round down through the Muladhara Chakra, the Root Chakra, the root place, the place where we are rooted into the earth element, into Bhumi, Bhumi, the great goddess of the earth. The Muladhara Chakra, with its 4 vermilion petals surrounding a yellow square, carried by the Vahana, the vehicle of an elephant with 7 rainbow-colored trunks, reaching up to all the other chakras. And for this little tiny snake, the little tiny kundal, at the base of the spine, ready and waiting to awaken through the other vital centers. Feel base of spine, feel tip of tongue lifted up just behind the teeth, earth to heavens, heavens to earth. A conduit of prana shakti present in this moment, Atta Yoga. Hands to the heart center. I'll chant the Triyambakam mantra that is being given for healing, for transforming poison into healing nectar. Om Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivaranam uravamukhe bandhanam mrityormukshim amritat. Om. Then Tara mantras, compassion in action. Om Dhare Tutare Ture Swaha, 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 Om Dhare Tutare Ture Swaha. May all beings find peace, may all beings find happiness. May all beings be free from suffering. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. We'll chant Om Shanti 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 together. After we close, please say goodbye via chat. If anybody wants me to check them in for class on our system, let me know. If anyone wants to donate, let me know. If you're just taking class, that's also fine. We can fit up to 100 people. So Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Exhale out, inhale in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Much love to you. The plan is Monday through Friday.